Oh, snap, mi gente. We are going back to the drawing board. Back to the whiteboard we are going today. That's right, because today we're going to go where I get to go, and that is black holes and the black hole center of the universe, Sagittarius A. The black hole in our Milky Way galaxy. And I'm just going to show you guys some things. I'm going to show you guys some things and stuff that I gained knowledge from, and then you can comment accordingly. And you can tell me, how, hey, I think that's a load of shit, or hey, my guy, mi gente, I agree with you, right? So, I'm going to show you the magnetic field of our universe. And I'm going to show you how all of this is connected to a black hole and how creation lies at a black hole. So, our toroidal magnetic field of the Earth, toroidal magnetic field of the Earth, goes out and in the universe. If you want to picture a toroid, it is like in the petals of a sunflower. It is like a donut. It is like the donut shape of the world. You got to think of the magnetic and dielectric field of this Earth as the shape of a donut, right? It's a pretty good analogy. Or right here, baby. Because everything seems to follow this. As we see in nature, the Nautilus seashell will follow this, will follow the Fibonacci ratio, the golden ratio, right? You find that golden ratio inside of all of creation. And that is inside the toroidal field, you find it. The exact shape, that donut shape, all right? So the magnetic force is coming out and in, out and in, out and in, right? Now, we're going to talk about how a black hole works and how the vacuum works, right? You're going to picture this as the top of a black hole. Like you're going to picture this as a tornado. So the tornado spinning, you can picture it inside of a cup. Maybe a cup, okay? You can picture the straw sitting outside of the cup. That's the Milky Way galaxy coming over, bending out, bending its light out from the top of the cup. The top of that Sagittarius A black hole, the Milky Way sits on that, spinning on the outside. Okay? In here is that S curve of creation. In here is where our sun lies, as the marker just snapped into a million pieces. I know I'm giving you a lot, but this shape, the way that the magnetic dielectric field of this Earth works, and how light manifests and how magnetism works, seems to all follow the same design: as above, so below. Okay, so picture the Milky Way being like the straw in the cup going around the universe, or going around the black hole, right? You get this spin, you get this vacuum. And inside this vacuum is the S curve of creation, where the sun does in its S curve and it travels through the sky. We know this because we watch the sun. The sun does this. Okay, now how we see it Everybody knows this symbol. You can look here. Strong force, weak force, right? Of the toroidal field. You can look here. What do you see? You see the infinity symbol, don't you? Okay, so that symbol is what the sun is doing. The sun is doing that. You see how this is half of the infinity symbol? That is the S curve of creation. Okay? Okay, so this sun is in there. If you even see it, I made it bigger for you. So, I keep throwing the marker and I'm going to need it. Where are we? Where are we? The cosmos. That's where we are. We're out there. We're thinking because we're thinkers. We are ponderers on the DNAS channel. Comment below. Talk to me. Tell me some shit. Tell me what that. Ask me what the hell am I talking about? Because sometimes I don't even know. All I know is if you take magnets and put them together like this and put some metal dust between them, you will see the natural magnetic flow of this universe. And it looks the exact same as a black hole. The center of a black hole, everything that our physics tells us a black hole would be, the vacuum, that is what we see. When you hold a ferrocell up to the light, that is what we see. That is what we see. That it seems there to be nothing. In the center of a magnet seems to be nothing, right? Like, you know, I don't know. Thinking about the Hadron Collider, it's just a big friggin' thing, you know, the center of that, it's just, you know, you're creating this field, you're creating this vacuum, right? You got to think everything lies in a vacuum. We all live in this gravity, it works in this vacuum, right? That's what space is, okay? So, if everything, even in the heavens, as down here, follows this same Fibonacci sequence and this same makeup of the toroidal field, that vibration, because we know that's where light comes from. Let me explain to you how light works. Light is an emission of that magnetic field, the toroidal field that I am showing you here that the Earth has. It goes out and in, out and in, out and in. This is the inside of the reverse of a circle. That is a toroidal field. It looks like a donut. Picture a donut going out and in, out and in. Over the top of the donut, back up and around, through the center hole, up through the top. Picture that. That's the toroidal field. That's the magnetic and dielectric field of this universe. That's where electricity comes from. So electricity is coming from here. That's where we draw 0-point energies. If you were to look at what 0-point energy is, it is the inside. Where you would see on a magnet is black, the center, as you see in magnetism of our Earth, right? So when light is emitted, when you turn on a light bulb, people think that electricity is traveling. It is not traveling. It is being emitted right there. It's a disturbance of the magnetic field of this Earth. So the disturbance of the magnetic and dielectric field, okay? So an AC generator, right, is really just an inside-out magnet. That's how they work, okay? So you're really taking what's there, reversing it, and producing light. And light isn't traveling, it's being emitted right there at that disturbance. You got the prongs in the light bulb. You're disturbing the medium, the magnetic dielectric field. That's the medium. You're disturbing the medium, and light is being emitted right there. It's not traveling from anywhere, it's already there. That's why electricity comes out the air. That's why Tesla knew that and was trying to tell us. That's why he stuck light bulbs in the ground and it worked, because the magnetic field is traveling through the Earth at all times. Okay? So, when that field is disturbed, light is emitted, electricity happens. You know that if you go to the top of the Pyramid of Giza, you can look this up, the Great Pyramid, go to the top, hold a bottle up. Sparks will fly out of the top of the bottle. Why is that? Look that up. Why is that? That's because electricity is already in the air. We know this. We know this. We know that we've been lied to. We know that they held it from us. The corporations took it over. They probably took out Tesla. They took it over and they wanted to sell it to us. They wanted to keep it to themselves so they could sell it and market it to us. We should have electricity, and we know this. We know this. So I'm explaining to you how everything works here. This is physics, this is science, all right? Because what else matters besides the natural world? Aristotle pointing down in the painting, the natural world. Focus on that's what science is based off. It's based off nature, okay? And nature is much more simple than they make it seem, okay? If you just knew that everything in the universe just worked on this magnetic field that is just shaped like this, that's where electricity comes from. Look at you. You can grasp that understanding. It's very easy to understand. They make it complicated. Okay. Just like this world, it all stems from hydrogen. All the gases, everything, all the elements on the table stem from hydrogen. Okay. And you're going to see hydrogen technology coming out because hydrogen is the simplest element made from this geometric structure of light in this realm. Okay. So you can break down all other elements into hydrogen, right? We all know this. That is the fundamental thing. Water is the geometry of water has this right here. Phi, a very important number, a very important number in the geometry of the universe, which mathematics spring out of this. It is not because math was already there. It is us bringing it out of the toroidal shape of how nature grows. It follows this pattern. Everything in creation follows this pattern, as above, so below. Okay, everything in creation. And if you look, everything I'm showing you, okay, look at the infinity symbol. If you ever seen the sun in the sky, and it shows you the pictures of all the suns taken each month, and it does the infinity symbol in the sky. Everything seems to follow this natural pattern. Okay, and if we just were told this and knew this, and listen, just go to the ancients. I tell everybody, just go read all the knowledge that the ancients left us, the ancient Greeks, the Romans, man. They were, what do you think? These people weren't smart? What they were building in ancient Greece is insane. And you want to talk about aliens being here? Get out of here, man. We humans have constructed amazing things in this world, right? We can figure this shit out and we know physics. And if you think that we haven't figured this out by now and we're not the ones flying around in the sky, you're crazy, okay? Because 0 point energy, we have. Electricity is free right out the air. And motherfucker, I'm dropping heat on the DNaz channel. I'll see y'all next time. Tune in. Comment. Leave some comments. You know I like it. You know I love them comments. And yeah, fuck yeah. Bro dog.